Hello and welcome to the Blue Square Premier Review 2007-2008. After a sensational season, Aldershot Town were crowned the inaugural champions of the Blue Square Premier, but who will join them in League Two next season? Well, we're about to find out as Cambridge United take on Exeter City in the Wembley playoff final. But first, let's head back to August 2007 and remind ourselves how the Blue Square campaign unfolded. A new season and a new name, but for players, managers and supporters in the Blue Square Premier, it was business as usual. The ultimate goal remained the same: promotion to the Football League. Setanta's pioneering new footage would bring the watching nation closer to the action than ever before, while the passion on the pitch and in the stands was even more intense. No goals in the first live game of the new season, however, as Grays Athletic drew at Torquay United, although Aaron O'Connor nearly stole it for the visitors. Cambridge United got off to a strong start, including a 2-1 victory over rivals Oxford United, thanks to Lee Boylan's injury time winner. Burton Albion were also quick out of the blocks, and when Stuart Douglas was sent off for Weymouth at the Wessex Stadium, Nigel Clough's side battled back from a goal down for a well-earned 2-1 win. Sean Harrod bundling home the winner from close range.
Burton Albion lead!
And it wasn't long before we got our first real drama, as York City and Rushden and Diamonds fought out a 5-goal thriller at Bootham Crescent.
Brody's onside, time to bring it down, and scores! Paul Bastock won't be at all happy about that, but it's delight for York, delight for Richard Brodie. Evans clearance, Hatswell, Foster, Challoner, Woodhouse. Burgess making the run forward, and Robinson has missed it, and he's put in for an equalising goal by Andy Burgess. A defensive mix-up has gifted Rushden and Diamonds an equaliser. Mistake by the normally impeccable Mark Robinson, and Burgess takes full advantage. Handball by Challoner. It looks like a recurrence of that hamstring strain that kept Manny Panther out of the last game. Here's Brayson. Wolford! What a good finish on his weaker foot as well. And York regain the lead. Tomlin in for Rankin. Good header down. And is it in? It is. Another equalising goal. And Rushden and Diamonds again out of nothing, back on level terms. Hope is there, of course. It's Curtis Woodhouse with a delivery in towards that near post, and he took a touch, it's in! Might have been an own goal. Dean Howell looks as though he's going to claim it. But it could have been Farrell that put it into his own net at the near post. Little that Tom Evans could do about that. And Rushden, out of nothing, have turned this around to lead 3-2.
The boys work magnificent. You know, I take my hat to, and the gaffer's changed the formation, and we've done excellent. So, and the fans as well who've come to support us and watch, you know, come a long way. So, a great performance by it through all, and I'm happy we got a win.
At the end of August, Cambridge were the early pace setters, with Torquay, Exeter and Salisbury also starting well. At the other end, the bottom four already had a familiar look to it. Stafford found themselves at the bottom of the pile.
The Blue Square Awards. Goal of the season. At 3, Wayne Tuck with a perfectly placed lob. In second place, Michael Welsh. Get in, son! And the Blue Square goal of the season. Yes, it's a beauty from Aldershot Scott Davies.
Defending again by Todd, but it's come out here to Scott Davies! There is to be late drama. Aldershot in the 94th minute have won it.
The Blue Square Awards. as voted for by fans of the Blue Square Premier.
Early September saw Exeter City produce a stunning late show to foil promotion rivals Oxford. The home side were leading 2-0 thanks to 2 penalties from Rob Duffy, but super sub Richard Logan had other ideas for the Grecians.
Elam. The little flick might fall for Stansfield. Tardif's committed himself, out of position for a moment. It's a good ball back across the face of goal, and Exeter have one back. Richard Logan. And has he set up a grandstand finish here at the Kassam Stadium as the deficit is halved? 4 minutes are up. Here's Odebeidi. There was a handball in there. It seemed to happen quite a long time before the referee gave it.
He did. I thought he was on his way.
Now the ball was kicked away there by Robinson, who will earn a yellow card. He retreated from the referee a lot quicker than he retreated from where the free kick should be taken. Helped on by Taylor. Logan! They've scored! 4 minutes, 37 seconds into stoppage time. Richard Logan scores his second, and Exeter complete their fight back with a deserved equaliser.
Obviously last week we got battered 4-0, so it's good to get back to get a point at least, but it means a lot coming here and getting a point against one of the top contenders for the season.
Elsewhere, Halifax Town heaped more misery on Stafford with a come-from-behind 3-2 win. Newcomers Salisbury City consolidated their place in the top 5 with a convincing 3-0 win at Forest Green, while Burton stunned leaders Torquay with a 3-1 victory. However, the Gulls bounced back from the Burton disappointment with an impressive run of 5 straight victories, including an emphatic 5-2 win at Kidderminster Harriers. Torquay's fine run took them to the top of the table, while behind them Aldershot Town's rise to the summit was well underway. Northwich Victoria were propping up the rest at the bottom, while York and Farsley Celtic were struggling to climb away from danger.
The Blue Square Awards, Manager of the Season. In third place, Exeter's Paul Tisdale. In second place, Northwich Victoria's Dino Mamria. And the Blue Square Manager of the Season is Aldershot's Gary Waddock. The Blue Square Awards, as voted for by fans of the Blue Square Premier.
Torquay's run ended at Ebbsfleet, and when they found themselves 3-0 down by half-time at Oxford, Paul Buckle's men looked to be in danger of self-destructing. But it was already clear by this point of the season that nothing should be ruled out in the Blue Square Premier.
All the way through to Phillips. Lovely little touch, looking for Hargreaves. Turley was brave, but the follow-up from the substitute has been given. What a first touch that is. And Torquay have a little bit of hope. Beddoe. Torquay have had a real go in the second half. Flicked on by Sills, Zebrowski. And still Zebrowski's done really well. Zebrowski! Fantastic goal! And now the nerves around the Kassam will start to jangle, because Torquay have got 2 back in this second half. And that is the 8th goal of the season for Chris Zebrowski.
Well, this is another goal that shouldn't have happened. Sills has won the header there in front of 2 players. He goes past Wilmot. He comes back inside Gilchrist and he puts it over the top of Turley.
Janeen's corner cleared comfortably by Mansell, and it'll start a Torquay attack. Zebrowski, such a quick player, still going Zebrowski, decent ball as well. Sills waiting, and Sills scoring. Torquay United have completed the most remarkable comeback, 3-0 down at half-time, but the league's top scorers have found 3 goals in the second half, and they are level at 3-3.
Well, Steve, 30 seconds earlier, I'm talking about them just maybe going short out of corner. Poor free kick by Janine. It allows them to break away, and somehow they come away from the ball there, with defending there to allow them to get in behind. Good ball in there by Welsh. Gilchrist caught on his heels, and it just goes over him for Sills to do nothing more than just pull it into the net.
Tim, what a game. The equaliser, it must have felt like a winner for you.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You're 3-0 down at half-time. You're in the change room trying to pick yourselves up. It's all about pride at that stage, and this team's got that in abundance. Absolutely brilliant effort. Came back to 3-3, and I think we fully deserved it.
Spurred by their comeback, the Gulls got back to winning ways with victories against playoff rivals Stevenage and York City. Meanwhile, assistant manager Scott Barrett took charge of Stevenage Borough for their home clash with Burton, following Mark Stimson's shock resignation 24 hours earlier. The caretaker boss was only denied a victory when Sean Harrod nicked a late equaliser as 6 goals were shared at Broadhall Way. At the bottom, a 2-0 defeat to Woking meant Farsley Celtic remained on the brink of the relegation zone, while struggling Droylsden's impressive 3-1 win over Oxford piled on the pressure for Hughes boss Jim Smith.
There's a great ball in, and Droylsden lead through Steve Daly.
Aldershot were hot on the heels of early season pace-setters Torquay, with Burton, Stevenage and Cambridge amongst the clubs chasing the playoff places. York and Farsley were still struggling at the bottom, and the pair met in early November.
Good play by McBreen. Now Brayson. Tremendous tempo to this game early on. Wolford, Soji, then the effort from McBreen, and it's first blood to York. McBreen in his last scheduled game on loan from Scunthorpe scores his second York City goal.
Soji initially was looking to shoot there, but McBreen just comes and says, "That's mine, I'm having it."
We dallied there, and this McBreen was onto it. He's rolled it into the path of Onami. Soji, very good save. Back to Brayson, and it's found its way through. Carl Serrant couldn't keep it out. Paul Brayson will claim the goal, his third of the season. Tom Morgan is frustrated. York City are 2-0 up. His Stammer for Farsley. Oh, what a reply! Roy Stammer with his first goal of the season, and what a goal to get Farsley back in this Yorkshire derby.
Evans never had a chance. They're going across him, going away from him. The power just beats him so easy.
Plenty of discussion down there for John Deasy, who prior to Lee Sinnott's departure had recently signed a 2-year deal, new 2-year deal with Farsley. Oh, that's fallen to Farrell on his left foot, and he has sealed it. Craig Farrell, fresh from his hat-trick last week in the FA Cup, has restored York's 2-goal cushion. Little flick now to Farrell. 2 for Craig Farrell, 4 for York, and they're racing away to another away victory.
Yeah, very important to beat the teams behind us, you know, because they're not too far behind us and they've got a game in hand as well. So I think the win today is really important, and the fact that we scored 4, you know, it's really, really good.
Victory meant York could breathe a little easier, while fellow strugglers Altrincham got off to a good start against Stevenage, now managed by former England boss Peter Taylor. But 2 goals from Craig Dobson gave Stevenage victory and ensured Altrincham remained in the drop zone. At the opposite end of the table, Aldershot replaced Torquay at the top after 3 straight league wins, including an impressive 3-2 victory over Grays.
3-0 Aldershot.
A 5-0 defeat away at Rushden and Diamonds was the final straw for Jim Smith, who moved upstairs at underachieving Oxford to be replaced by Darren Patterson. Aldershot were in the driving seat and looking a good bet to stay there, while the winter outlook for Northwich was bleak at the bottom. Aldershot's hot streak continued in early December, with Salisbury the unfortunate hosts of the rampant league leaders.
All the way through, it wasn't defended, and John Grant said thank you very much. Goal number 11 for him this season. Aldershot have the lead after 12 minutes. Back in from Chalmers, they still haven't got it clear, and it's another soft goal for Salisbury. It's scored by Ben Harding, who makes it 3 goals in 3 games for him, and the league leaders in Wiltshire are 2-0 up. Chalmers, super ball, John Grant, wonderful finish. The league leaders are on their way to victory, and he has sealed it in style. They're going 4 points clear tonight. They're 3-0 up. Elvins with the shot. And that, I think, caught Clark by surprise, but he pushed it away. Here they come again, Aldershot, headed away by Robinson. Blocked by Chalmers. Grant for the hat-trick. 4-0 and a hat-trick for John Grant wraps up a wonderful evening for the Blue Square Premier League leaders, Aldershot Town.
Yeah, it's brilliant. The team's attacking and you're always going to get chances in the team, and the team spirit's great, everything. The fans, I love the fans, and just brilliant. Like
The Blue Square Awards. Save of the season. In third place, Scott Bevan.
And again, Wollaston, nice feed. Then Rendell, and Bevan denies them again.
Second, it's veteran keeper Kevin Poole, showing there's still life in the old bones.
Still Courtney Pitt, useful. Back post, super save again by Kevin Poole.
That was just about getting your body across, putting in an area. That's what Kevin Poole done.
And Blue Square's save of the season was made by Aldershot keeper Nicky Bull.
Here comes the long throw from Gill, flicked on by Taylor. There's the header. What a save from Nicky Bull, and he's still in there. And he's done it again.
He's got springs for rutty legs. The Blue Square Awards, as voted for by fans of the Blue Square Premier.
By Christmas, as the presents were being opened and the turkey being scoffed, Aldershot were top of the table with their eyes on the big prize. The shots were being hotly pursued by Exeter's Devon rivals, Torquay United, who were up to second place. But the Grecians managed to dent their neighbours' promotion hopes in the first of 4 league and playoff clashes between the two teams this season. A 7-goal thriller at St James's Park on Boxing Day.
Paul Tisdale, who played for Exeter in a Boxing Day Devon derby in his playing career, now facing up to Torquay for the first time in his managerial one. Now this is Mackey from Basham's run. Mackey for Exeter. The home fans turn up the volume. Jamie Mackey makes it first blood to Exeter with his 12th of the season. Gill delivers it. Deeper one this time. One of the centre-halves got there. Mackey swing his leg and it's 2-0. And what a moment for the Exeter-born player. Through the ranks, Dean Moxey. Exeter fan, his first taste of a Devon derby, and he scored in it to make it 2-0. That's cleared by Jones. And then there's a chance and there's a goal. And they're back in it, Torquay. And would you believe it? It's the former Exeter City captain, Chris Todd, who scores his 7th Torquay goal against his former club to get them back in the Devon derby. Mackey's run. Moxey waits, so too does Basham. Still Mackey, Carlisle. He appeared from nowhere. And Wayne Carlisle has restored the 2-goal cushion for Exeter. Mansell's corner. Goalkeeper got the first on it, then not the second. Sills was caught late there, bit of reaction with Seaborn. Oh, and Seaborn's in trouble. Sills down, and Daniel Seaborn is in trouble. He's having a long conversation with Kevin Johnson, who is his assistant on this near side. And the red card has duly been shown to Daniel Seaborn. That's over the top. Mackey, the goalkeeper's backpedaled here. It's Mackey, and 4-1 Exeter. Exeter with 10 men have a 3-goal advantage. 2 for Mackey, and they lead 4-1. Again, Tiger is challenging from Exeter. Mansell with the block, it's come out to Stevens. Phillips at the back post is totally marked, and it's 4-2. Lee Phillips has a goal against his former club on his first return. Has it come too late, or has it given Torquay hope? If Torquay were to score in the next 5 minutes, we would have a grandstand finish. They might just do here, and Phillips, he thinks it's a back pass, and the referee agrees from Edwards. This would really give them a lifeline, and it has. Kevin Nicholson scores his first ever goal for Torquay, and he sets up the most unlikely of grandstand finishes.
The Blue Square Awards, blooper of the season. In third place, Paul Jones gets in a pickle with his kicking.
Finds Zebrowski though.
He's done well there, just needs a little bit of help and
Look at that from the goalkeeper, Zebrowski, and he's put it in.
Exeter keeper Andy Marriott thinks he's playing patter cake.
Here come Aldershot, who want to wrap up this championship. Grant, Donnelly, Marriott didn't hold it, and Aldershot are level, and it's a first ever league goal for Scott Donnelly.
And in first place, it's Aldershot's Anthony Charles stumbling across the finish line. Oh, Anthony. The Blue Square Awards, as voted for by fans of the Blue Square Premier.
Cambridge's hopes of catching the shot suffered another setback when they visited neighbours Histon on New Year's Day. Histon still harboured playoff aspirations of their own and were desperate to avenge a 1-0 defeat at their local rivals just a few days earlier.
Free kick, there was a touch as well, and there's a goal. Mitchell King, would you believe that? He came in from nowhere, unmarked, and Matthew Mitchell King scores his first of the season, and he's picked a great time to do so.
Well, unfortunate on Boxing Day, and I think we had a point to prove because we should have won the game. And I think we were even more determined on Boxing Day to prove a lot of people wrong around Cambridge.
Elsewhere, Torquay suffer another setback when they lose 2-1 at home to Burton. Nigel Clough's side doing the double over the Gulls. January ended with Torquay in second place behind Aldershot, but Stevenage were lurking in third with 2 games in hand. Northwich had put together some New Year form, but they were still a sizable 9 points adrift of Altrincham in the all-important 20th position. Stevenage were the team to watch, but February proved to be a nightmare month for Peter Taylor's men, who would lose against 2 of their promotion rivals, Exeter and Cambridge. But they travelled to the recreation ground later in the month, giving Taylor's team a chance to make up some ground on the league leaders.
Back out to Chalmers. Here's Chalmers again. Here's a chance. First blood to Aldershot. Joel Grant with his 4th of the season. The man who got a hat-trick in this fixture last season has given Gary Waddock's side the lead inside 10 minutes. Now Straker. Stevenage just cannot clear their lines. Joel Grant, the goal scorer. Deep cross looking for John Grant, went down, penalty. It's getting worse for Stevenage. This for his 16th league goal of the season. Confidence sky high. And the league leaders go into a 2-goal lead inside 20 minutes. Interesting to hear from Ricky George. He's right about the Manchester United, Arsenal analogy, and here come Aldershot again, and there they go again. It's the youngster on the score sheet, his 2nd goal for the club. Danny Hilton and Aldershot inside half an hour are blowing Stevenage away. They lead 3-0. Here comes the cross, free header, and they have one back. And it's Gavin Grant, would you believe it, on his Stevenage debut, scoring on the ground where he scored whilst he was on loan at Grays. They got back to 3-2 that night. Stevenage are back at 3-1.
Well, I think we defended very poorly, and to me, Aldershot started really well. They were very, very sharp, and they were first onto things. We were very hesitant, and we were second to most things, and I was very surprised and disappointed with our defending.
Meanwhile, both Forest Green and Ebbsfleet kept their faint playoff dreams alive with victories against Crawley.
That's useful, and it's in.
Stevenage's month to forget saw them fall 13 points off the pace. At this point, only a playoff berth was a realistic aim. Histon, Forest Green and Salisbury had an outside chance of nicking the final playoff spot. At the bottom, time is running out, but inspired by the goals of Lee Steele, Northwich's great escape was building momentum. Dino Marmria's side were on a 6-match unbeaten run when they arrived at Bootham Crescent for a live clash with York. But but they got off to the worst possible start.
Sodji to Wolford. 2 men in front of him. Robinson behind him, who swings it in looking for Sodji, and it might fall shortly here. Beautifully tucked away by Brodie. His second successive goal after his effort against Rushden at the weekend. And after just 10 minutes of this game, he puts York City in front. Northwich with Ben Connaught in goal tonight, of course because of an injury to Scott Tynan on Saturday. He's still here though, and he's with to talk to us now.
He is, he's with me. Scott, with 20 minutes ago, what are your thoughts?
I think we're definitely still in the game. We just got to get our foot on the ball a bit, take a bit more care when we've got possession. And we need to test their keeper out a lot more, because he's had quite a quiet night up to now.
Got to get Lee Steele involved as well, haven't you?
Yeah, if you give Steely a chance, he tends to put it away. I think where we've got to do, we've got to get the ball wide more. Jamie Mullen to get...
It's gets in, and it's yes! Get in! Equaliser for Northwich. Michael Byrne scores for the second game running, and the team who are third from bottom have equalised.
And it's all about momentum. We've built a good momentum up. We've given ourselves a massive chance of staying up, and all the point away from 1 points are massive. Anything 1 point, 3 points doesn't matter as long as we keep the momentum going and keep picking up points.
At the top, the chasing pack were all showing nerves and all stuttered, allowing leaders Aldershot to increase their advantage. But it was only thanks to a late show at Plainmoor that they gained revenge for a 3-0 drubbing earlier in the season that psychologically would prove crucial in the coming weeks.
But it's come out here to Scott Davis! There is to be late drama. Aldershot in the 94th minute have won it, and who knows, that may go a long, long way to winning the Blue Square Premier title.
It's been a hard, long season, and it's a long way to go yet. You know, we've got some really important games to come. So big 3 points for us tonight, but there's still a long way to go.
Aldershot had opened up what looked an unassailable 17-point lead at the top. At the bottom, Northwich were now well into their miraculous run, but Halifax were now in real trouble after being docked 10 points for going into administration.
The Blue Square Awards, Player of the Season. Exeter City's Rob Edwards.
Seaborn at the back post, Taylor's in there as well, and Edwards! Rob Edwards with just his second goal of the season.
In second place, Forest Green's prolific striker, Stuart Fleetwood. And the Blue Square Player of the Season is Aldershot keeper, Nicky Bull. Hurry up and open that champagne. This is ruddy, thirsty work. The Blue Square Awards, as voted for by fans of the Blue Square Premier.
April saw Northwich complete the great escape with a 2-1 win at Stevenage, and it was Halifax who were now clinging on for dear life, both on and off the pitch. A 6-1 drubbing from in-form Kidderminster plunged them even deeper into the relegation mix. Droylsden and Stafford both fell through the trapdoor together, while it was only a matter of time before Farsley would join them. That left one final relegation spot to be decided on the final day of the season. Halifax needed a point against Stevenage, while Altrincham knew only a win at Weymouth would be enough to secure their safety. It was nail-biting stuff.
Here's Malcolm for Weymouth. Good play and disaster for Altrincham. It's an own goal from Gary Scott, and the team fighting for their lives.